Debonair. Okay. What's good, y'all? Shout out to Notification Gang for hitting the like button. And if it didn't start yet, y'all the realest ones in it. I appreciate you anyway. Listen, y'all. As promised, part 2. Or Black Women Single. As y'all can see, episode 25, part 2. Shout out to the Grapevine. I don't know. This channel doesn't seem to be active anymore. For whatever reason, I felt like it was an amazing, great channel. They have great questions, great topics. Shout out to y'all see here, Ashley Akunna. If I'm mispronouncing it wrong, I'm so sorry. The first video I did, it went pretty good, man. I actually wanted to do it live, but you know that things don't happen the way I want it to happen, unfortunately, man. So it is what it is. I was actually scrolling through the comments and because I was telling y'all before, man, like I saw this video already, right? Excuse me. I saw this video before, and sure enough, I saw my old comment from 2 years ago. The Godfather sending me here. Great topic to talk about. That's a fact. A shout out to Kevin Samuels, RIP to the Godfather, for putting us on, man. I'll be out here, man. I'm telling you, I'll be out here in these YouTube streets. People don't want to believe me, but y'all ain't trying to hear all that, man. Let's get into this video, man, because it's about to go down. The first one did really good. This one is going to probably do even better. So we gonna see what's up. This picks up literally right where the other one left off. So if you haven't seen the first one that I did, I'll make sure to put at the top, put in the description, all that good stuff, comments, whatever, so you can go back and watch it and then come back to watch this one. All right. But without further ado, let's get into it.
But what I was going to say was, from my experiences, at least in observations, I do believe that everyone is physical, what do you call it? Physical attraction always comes first.
Yeah.
That's, you know, let me put that right there. But I honestly do believe that men are a little more flexible when it comes to that. Like, I've always seen, I see more dudes with chicks that might not look, you know, as attractive as opposed to the opposite. You know, wait. If I may finish, yeah. I rarely ever see the
He can't even finish his thought without them getting offended.
Opposite where, you know, no. I rarely see, wait. If I can, I have a point. If I can't finish, I rarely ever see a Kim Kardashian with like a geeky guy. You know, it's never really that way. It's always the opposite. But what I'm saying is, I do believe that, you know, black women kind of are expecting that perfect man. Like, the job is not enough. Like, you have to look a certain way. You have to fit what I'm attracted to. And I feel like men are a little more lenient. Like me, I've dated like a chick with like one leg, basically. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it didn't go well. I thought it would have went well, and she's the one that was like, nah. I'm like, yeah, I can't get with one leg. I can't even run away. But it's a true story. Like, I'm not that shallow at all. Like, I will give many people a chance. But women is the opposite, though. Women is the opposite.
Well, first of all, I think that, so what if people are shallow? Like, so what if people are shallow? Like, so what? I don't think we can live in a world like, who cares? Like, if not me personally, because like I don't care, but if somebody says like, hey, I spend $1,000 a month on weave and makeup and fingernails and clothes, and I need somebody that has to at least be on par with me, who cares? Like, who are you to tell them that that's wrong? That's something that the society has put on us, that we're supposed to think X, Y, and Z is important. And there's people out there that don't care. Like, it's people out there that don't have great personalities. It's people out there that are shallow. It's people out there that say, you know what, I know that I'm an airhead, and I know that the only thing, seriously, and I know that the only thing that I have going for me is my looks. I know that I'm not that smart. I know that I can't carry that much of a conversation. So I know that I need to invest in my appearance, and I need a man that can do this, and this for me, and I can do X, Y, and Z for him. And who are we
to tell her she's wrong?
Right, to tell her she's wrong, or to stand in judgment of those type of relationships. I used to know somebody that was an airhead, but she was very, very pretty. She got in a relationship with a man that was extremely wealthy, and they had a great relationship. They ended up getting married. I believe they're still together. They've been together for a long time. She used to cater to him. She would cut up his food for him and in a restaurant, feed it to him, and people will look like, oh, what kind of relationship do they have? But they have something that works out for them. So who are we to say?
Relative, I guess.
Right. So who are we to say? No. You need to look at what's on the inside. A lot of people know, like, I don't have nothing going for me on the inside, so I gotta work with what I have.
So, real quick, before they either move on or keep going, right? I personally don't, and I don't really care. It's kind of similar to what she was saying, basically saying, right? Where she was like, "Oh, who are you to judge?" and this, that, or third, and blah, blah, whatever the case may be. Listen, if that's what you want to do, if that's how you want to live your life, ladies, go for it. Hey, I wish you the best. Fellas, if that's the type of woman you want to settle down and be in a relationship with, go for it. I wish you the best. But I can almost guarantee y'all, it probably will not end well. Because you either gonna get fed up or she's either gonna start wanting more to the point where it's just like, yo, listen, I can't afford this, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do that. My problem with situations like this, in my opinion, is that the entitlement is what irritates the hell out of me. Why are you so entitled? Why do you feel like you deserve to have this? Why? Because you were born a certain way and you have something between your legs. That's the problem that I have with situations like that. It's not about me not wanting to do it because I can damn do it. I can afford to do it. That's nothing. I can do that all day. But why do you feel like you are entitled from it, for me or any whatever guy you're dating, entitled for me to do something like that for you? What are you doing for me to make me even want to spend that type of money on you or to do those types of things to you? And so my whole logic is this, ladies, when I push these types of things is, what is he getting up out of this besides the same thing that the last 10 guys you've been messing with got? The same used coupe. What is he going to get that's different from the other 5, 10 guys that you've been messing with? And the answer is nothing.
To go off what you said, we have our standards for a reason. God put us.
Real quick, y'all, I said this in the first video. Let me just say this again in this video. The audio that he used recorded on this channel is very, very bad. So if you can't hear it, I'm so sorry. There's nothing I can do with it. It's not my video. It's not my video. It's not my audio, I should say. It's their audio. They recorded on some very weak microphones, so it's very hard to pick up on a lot of their sound. They have like 4, you can see it, 4 microphones in certain locations. So if they're not really directly speaking under it, you're not going to be able to hear it. So
put something within me to want something that I want. If that's what I want, I am going to go for what I want.
What you want is not a standard, though. That's the thing. And I'm sorry I'm cutting things off.
I say standard because I have a younger sister and she has what she wants out of a man. And if that's what you want, do not relax that for
No, and I agree. Don't
listen, a preference and a standard are 2 different things, though. Yes. Exactly. That's the thing. We have to differentiate.
Preference for what's
I'll do it later.
What he was mentioning, the standard as far as what I see, what my ideal man is, right? Now it could have standard. Both they could both work. That's
no, you can't have ideal and standard. It's not the same.
Because you look like you're itching. What?
Because this conversation gets on my nerves sometimes. I talk to people who want to date all the time, and here's the thing: what is your intention? Is your intention to date someone, to be in a relationship with someone? If that is your intention, then it's like an equation. If you want this as your result, then what are the variables that are necessary? And if you want to be in a real committed, wonderful relationship that has reciprocity, balance, a future,
yo, chill, Donovan, you killed it.
And all of those things that we want, then how is that going to be based on superficial things? So you can do whatever the fuck that you want to do in your life. The point is that if you want something, don't be on TV saying that this is something that you want, and you're not willing to change, understand, or compromise on the things that you consider to be standard.
Go ahead, never said that. Go ahead and check sheet. Go check sheet and show us. What we talking about now? Go check sheet. Go check sheet.
Then you're here to get a coin. If you're on a date to get a man, then get a man.
Go check sheet. Go ahead.
So like the topic was why are black women single, and then the question, and then you have these black women who are represented as like essentially being too rigid in whatever they're looking for and too superficial. So now here's the thing: I don't think anybody with intelligence is going to be like I like what I consider attractive. I like attractive men. However, I'm also not a fool. I know that there's something past that I must be looking for. So this idea that we're just looking at something just surface, really, this is the part that aggravates me when it's considered, especially when it's concerning women, because like you can't be so superficial. I'm like, that's not what that is. you can't fuck personality. Like, and that's, and I hate it to bring it down to that level, but you cannot fuck personality.
And you can't manufacture chemistry.
Wait a minute, I'm not done.
She's not done. Hold on, ladies. Because what did she just say, ladies? Did y'all hear what she just said? You can't what personalities? But Dev, women tell me all the time sex is not the main thing in relationships. That's what y'all heard, right? You all want to run it back another 5-10 seconds? Oh, I got y'all.
My point is fuck personality. That's not what that is. You can't fuck personality. Like, and that's
But ladies, I thought sex meant more to you guys. I thought that sex isn't the main thing in relationships. I thought that you need to be connected to someone and have a communication and have a personality, all that stupid ass damn. I'm trying not to cuss. I mean, they cursing, so whatever. It is what it is. YouTube probably already gonna demonetize my channel, demonetize this video. But you can't sleep with personality and all this, that, and third. Ladies, what's going on? Which is it? Which is it, ladies?
I hate it to bring it down to that level, but you cannot fuck personality.
And you can't manufacture chemistry.
Wait a minute, I'm not done. My point is that when you first meet somebody, it's the physical attraction. So physical attraction brings you to somebody, but what keeps you there is their personality and who they are, their morals. Because you're right. There it has to be some type of what exactly is your intent with this person. So like, you know, if I'm looking to get married, I would like a physical, because like I said, attraction is really, in the end, it's biological. You're looking for somebody to procreate with. It's not just about, but at the end of the day, it's also about, you know, it's also, I think that there's this expectation, particularly for women, to be so open-minded in the sense that we have to ignore so many things that men aren't expected to ignore. Just because you do it, just because it's done in society does not mean that the expectation is not more for one sex than the other.
Yeah.
I agree.
Go ahead, Shola.
I would like to hear what she has to say, because she
I'm gonna say I do. No offense, but I think that's bullshit. I think that's something nice that people like to say, but you cannot manufacture chemistry, and a nice personality is not going to keep someone in a relationship. I'm sorry. And you don't know how many times I read advice columns. That's like my thing. I read Dear Prudence and all that stuff. And you don't know how many times you have people that say, "Oh, I love my husband so much. He's such a great person, but I'm not sexually attracted to him. When he touches me, it repels me." And people get divorced. One of the main reasons.
Was she attracted?
No, she said I wasn't attracted in the beginning. You know, or even people that were. I've also read of some people that were attracted in the beginning, but like over time, it went away. You know, and he's a great person, and I love his personality, and we have a couple of kids, and so I'm trying to hold out, but like I can't, like when he tries to kiss me, touch me, it disgusts me. And that's one of the number one reasons I'm just saying this whole concept of like a personality is what keeps someone there. I think that's just something that we like to say. No, I'm not talking about her. I'm not talking about her specifically. Yeah, I just mean like in general. That's something people. Yes, because you cannot manufacture chemistry, and personality alone cannot carry a marriage through the long haul. I'm sorry.
Basically, what it comes down to is.
Fellas, when I always say this type of things that people, you know, people say that it's wrong for me to say. I shouldn't say it because it's rude, it's insensitive, it's they'll quote unquote sexist, but I don't think it's sexist. I think it's the truth. You have to be very careful. You have to be very selective. Let me say that. You have to be very selective with who you're getting relationship advice from, especially when you're dealing with women, because a lot of them will sit there and tell you what type of men that they're into or interested in, and they'll have a whole list of things that they like within whatever man that they want to be in a relationship with. But all those characteristics that they just laid out, the guy that they're sleeping with, the guy they lay on their back with, has none of those characteristics. I always tell guys, never listen to what a woman tells you when she's telling you what type of man that she likes. Never listen to them. Always look at their baby daddy. Always look at the man that they've been sleeping with. That's the type of men that she likes. That's the type of men that she likes. So when you have these same type of women that come out here and say, oh, well, sex isn't the main thing in a relationship. Oh, it's about communication. It's about personality. Can we bond together? All that dumbass, stupid nonsense that they like to say, that's all for show. And I like that. I like what she said when she called it out. She's like, oh, I think that's BS. I mean, that's kind of facts. And to speak on what she was saying about how married, women get married to men that they had attraction with, and then later on down the line, they stop having attraction for each other. Those type of things happen. It's almost as if you can't stop it from happening, but it is what it is. You can't really stop it from happening. But at the same damn time, fellas, pay attention. Pay attention. Yes, you can listen with your ears and hear what they got to say, but always use your eyes and pay attention to the types of things, the type of men that she's been messing with, her previous guy she's been sleeping with, her baby daddies. That gives you the perfect idea of what type of men she likes, well, at least likes to sleep with.
Good sex will make a bad relationship last, and bad sex will make a good relationship end.
Yes, I agree.
So,
yes. 3 seconds later, I didn't even know he was gonna come with the heat like that. Yes. Yes. But let women tell you, fellas, oh, it's not about the sex. Sex isn't anything. Let them same women damn tell you that. You hear all the damn time how women stay in relationships because the sex was good. Girl, he was broke. Girl, he emptied out my bank account. He stole $20,000 from me. He got 2 of my homegirls and my sister pregnant. But she's still laying up under him every single night. Crazy.
So, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't have that first,
it's not a rule, bro.
I mean,
unless you're both on the same page,
to be on the same page, and come to the middle, and like explore with each other, or do whatever it takes to keep that spark alive. But when one person doesn't put as much effort in, of course the drift starts, and that's just the way people are.
I just want to let you know what you said. What you said was, listen, good sex makes it last. Bad sex will end it. Unless it doesn't. That's what you just said. Unless y'all decide that it won't. But that's the case. We're talking about relationships here. Listen.
Well, you said you think we're generalizing.
That isn't what I said. And what I said is very easy to understand. I'll even repeat it. I'm saying good sex will make a bad relationship.
No, I got what you said,
and then you misconstrued it, and then
no, because then immediately.
This is my problem with huge panels like this, right? Like, you can't control other people's mouths, right? But you have to be able to let this man finish, and then you have to listen to comprehend, not listen to respond. I believe that this guy here is listening to respond. I don't think he's listening to comprehend, because what this guy just said, and I can't remember all these people's names. I'm sorry. What this guy said was true, but he kind of twisted it a little bit. So I'm trying to figure out if he's trying to paint. Is he twisting it deliberately to paint a narrative? Or did he just literally listen to respond and he didn't hear nothing this man just said? Because let me play a little bit more. Hold on.
Immediately, the basic essence of what I'm saying, I believe. I mean, hey, it's up for discussion, but is very accurate. A good relationship with no chemistry, with no sexual attraction, nothing in common, like as in like you don't get invigorated by the smell in the morning. Something as small as that, it won't last.
Let me tell you, I'm born and raised in Nigeria, Africa. A lot of African families, there is no chemistry.
Just married.
Majority of the families in Africa have no chemistry.
It's true.
But are my kids raised right? Is there money in the bank account?
Exactly.
Can you put food on the table every day?
Are you teaching them what they need to know?
Where do I live? What kind of environment am I in? That's once that sex part, once that
ends. Actually, there's a physical attraction on one end,
that's a
but
cultural
really
difference.
one on the other.
I
agree. You're right.
And it goes right back to women being expected to accept certain things that men are not expected to.
All right, I have 2 things.
Men are more visual, sexual. Women.
And that's not true either.
We just argued against it.
No, we just did. I'm sorry that you don't happen to fall in that category, but I do think there are a lot, like some women age, when you reach a certain age, you tend to have more. You want more substance. You want something of more.
So because I want physical attraction, therefore I don't look for substance.
I'm not saying that.
I'm just.
Definitely not saying that.
Yeah, he didn't say that. He didn't say that, but I couldn't disagree any more than I do.
Well, it was
Save me.
I think that's
Save
what
me.
it is, and maybe men are more tunnel vision with that. And women are able to look at the bigger picture. Not
They
saying you're
can
not
really-
sexual.
yeah.
No, because we are living
Just
in
feel
a
like I'm
world.
like unofficial moderator.
Honestly, why are we missing that point?
Wait, I'm
Say what we
said.
say. Guys, I know this is a passionate conversation,
You're gonna be here all day.
but let's just please let me moderate, please.
Yes.
Thank you. Sakina, go ahead.
Thank you, Ashley. Okay, so the question is, why are Black women single? So we're talking about relationships. You know, we brought up sex, we brought up physical attraction, we brought up chemistry, but we have to remember that relationships are about family and love and creating, you know, a legacy and decent human beings in the world. So if your relationship is based, and it might not be for everyone, but you know, if your relationship is based on, like I said, superficial expectations, and the conversation is not about love, the conversation is not about building, the conversation is not about business or property or anything that is, you know, forward moving, then I don't really know what the conversation is about. If the conversation is about, you know, fucking, then fine. But we were talking about women getting married.
Yeah.
And do you get married just for the sake of, you know, having a ring and the dress and, you know, being accepted in social society? Or do you are you getting married because you want to create some shit? Especially in terms of where the Black family is.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's a variety of things, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it being a variety of things. I think, and also, like, when I say I want to be attracted to my husband, it's not he has to look like Boris Culture, but I have to find him attractive. You know what I mean? I want to live a certain type of life. Like, when I get pregnant, I want to be able to take my whole maternity leave off and not have to worry about money. You know, especially coming from a certain background where it's like my parents hustled a certain way so that I don't have to hustle. Do you know what I mean? So I just feel like it's okay to want superficial things and then to also want this person to have a connection with God and to be spiritual.
Yeah. And then that's what I'm saying. But that's not something we've been talking about.
That's true.
So I'm just trying to add that to the conversation.
But I also think that, especially with this, you know, the video with Steve Harvey, again, you know, we always kind of place the blame on women and why are Black women single, why are Black women single. Like, I think we also need to look at the men. Where are the men?
That's true.
Where are the men?
Yeah, you girls.
Okay, yeah, you haven't said anything. Go ahead.
Because, I mean, I've been in, like, starting from college, I've been always the type of person that has been in relationships. Like, I've never really, you know, been the type of person that kind of messed around. And, you know, I wanted to get to know people, and I wanted to be in relationships. And when I look at my peers and the people that I hang around with, I was, like, the only one. Like, none of my friends are like, yo, come on, Isanya, you can get girls, why you not? I'm like, listen, I'm not really into that. So I think that if Black women are not as open to dating outside of their race, and they're specifically looking for Black men, and Black men are not really, like, ready for a relationship, it's like, obviously, I think it falls on the man. It's the man's fault why a woman.
So you think that's controversial?
I
You
think
think it's a man saying he thinks it's a man?
So listen, and I've touched on this several times throughout the last 2.5, 3 years, where I've put Black men out on the damn battlefield and be like, yo, listen, a lot of things that's been happening to Black women is because of us. And I have to agree with him to an extent. I have to agree with him. In my opinion, I'm trying to think if I should even say this, because I know people are going to get upset. I'm trying to think of how I can say this, because I know people are going to be damn mad as hell. In my opinion, I don't want to say it, man. I really don't want to say it. I really don't want to say it. Let me think of how else I can say it. I don't want to piss people off, man. I really don't want to piss people off. Let me think of something else to say. Growing up, I always wanted to be with a Black woman. I knew I was going to be with a Black woman. I said this so many times. I told y'all ever since I was younger, I always dreamt of having kids. And when I dreamt of having kids, it was all girls, right? I always dreamt. That's why I know I'm going to have daughters, a daughter or daughters. Number one. Number two, when I dreamt of my daughters, I always dreamt that they was dark skinned, like my complexion or darker, which let me know they weren't going to be mixed, right? And to be fair, I've always had that same type of mentality throughout high school, throughout college, and it never really worked in my favor in a lot of relationships that I've been in. This is my 4th serious relationship. I would say fourth. I kind of would say, and let me say 4th serious relationship, meaning that it lasted about a year and some change. Let me say it like that. But the reason why I say that is because of this, right? As many times I tried to get into a relationship and settle down with whatever woman I was talking to for however, throughout the years, majority of them did not work. Hell, matter of fact, I would even say all of them didn't work. I could blame her. She can blame me. I can blame myself. But the point of the matter is I actually tried. Now, with that being said, there was a lot of guys, just like he said, running around like, oh, you ain't getting no girl, you ain't getting no girl, smashing different chicks. And I was one of them. I ain't gonna cap y'all. You know what I'm saying? Doing all those things. But it got to a point where it was just redundant. And I remember back when I first got back to doing my whole phase again, I was like, bro, I don't think I see myself in a relationship again, especially after me and my ex broke up. I was like, bro, I was chilling, I was vibing, I was doing this, that, and the third, but I was trying. So when you hear women, black women in particular, when you hear black women say, oh, black men don't want to be in a relationship because of ABC 1, 2, 3, I had to call cap. There are several guys like me that wanted to be in a relationship with a black woman, and it didn't work out the way that it was supposed to work out. It's unfortunate, but it happened. Everything happens the way the way that it was supposed to happen. But I'll touch on more of that later on towards the video. But I just want her to try to get through this because I ain't trying to hold y'all too long.
A relationship is 2 people, right? Yeah. And you're saying that black women are not as open to dating outside of their race, and I don't feel like black men. And when I look in my personal life, I'm 29 now, and I have like maybe let's say I have 20 friends, and me and maybe 3 others are in relationships. You see what I'm saying? So if men don't want to be in relationships, then who are these black women going to date if they only want to date black men?
Yeah. Seren, go ahead, and then Abby, then Doug.
I think we're talking about a lot of societal expectations because not everybody that gets married wants to have kids. Not everybody that gets married even can have kids. That's not something that everybody wants. So to say like, oh, what is the point of marriage? To have kids, to build a future, to do this, to do that. Not everybody gets married for those reasons. That is a societal norm, and not everybody feels that way. I have an aunt that got married. Well, she's not like my play aunt, my mom's best friend. Her and her husband decided they didn't want to have kids. They got married strictly for companionship. They got married because they wanted someone to be with. They wanted to take trips. They want, there's things that they wanted to do with somebody else. So that's why they got married. So there were never any conversations about how do you feel about God? How do you feel about raising kids? How do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? Because that's not why they got married. And on that Steve Harvey show, for example, maybe those women don't want to have kids. Maybe they just want to get married to have a companion, and maybe they want to get married. That's
still something you build. Companionship is something that still builds.
It depends, but it depends.
I say you're playing on certain. We had conversations about travel.
I feel like it depends. I feel like it depends on which. I feel like it depends on what you want. Like maybe this is probably gonna sound like a crazy example, but so I was watching The Real Housewives of Potomac. I don't know who. One of the girls is 26, married to a 51-year-old white guy. They asked her, why did you do that? She said, because, I grew up in a certain type of, environment. We were dirt poor. So I knew from a young age, I wanted to marry somebody with a lot of money that could take care of me. That's what's important to me in a marriage. She's not concerned about having kids. She's not concerned about having even no type of relationship with this old white man because he's an old white dude. Like, she don't care about nothing but I don't ever want to be living in poverty in Baltimore again. And who are we to tell her that's wrong? That's how she feels.
Anybody's trying to make it.
Nobody's showing up.
Right.
Go ahead.
There's so many topics that's been discussed so far. One of them, I keep on going back to substance. Those women, they didn't want anything besides a check outside of getting, wanting to get married.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Well, because it says you're taking away the whole essence of what marriage is supposed to be.
To you.
That's individual.
Well, okay, in a religious level, even on a personal level.
Religious subjective.
Right. Atheists get married. They don't say vows to God.
That's another category. We're gonna be here a little bit.
Again, y'all, just to try to get to where we need to go. Listen. Not everybody, and I say this all the time, not everybody has the same religious beliefs as you. Not everybody moves the same as you. So that's why I try to be as open-minded. When we talk about these types of things, I try to be as open-minded as possible, but still, in my opinion, wrong is wrong. I still try to be as open-minded as possible everything he's saying is true, but that's true to him. Like the other lady was like saying, to you. That's to you. That's not for everybody. With that being said, I agree with him.
I want to give Abby's thing a little context.
Let's let her finish first.
Can I give you context though? With regard to what she said though, marriage is a legal relation. Let's put religion aside. The reason why a lot of people at the end of the day get married is two major things.
Taxes.
Well, let me put three. Taxes. To be able to make medical decisions at the hospital for your spouse. And three, for insurance.
Yeah.
So wait. So
Yes.
that's not. No. That's illegal.
Marriage is illegal. Marriage is a contract between you and the state.
The love stuff is subjective, and that's great. And I love, and that's how it should be. But back to what he was saying with the coins and everything like that. Those are her preferences, right?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that personally, on a personal, I'm sure a lot of guys can agree. I wouldn't want to marry someone that's going to have the hearsay on what my medical situation would be. God forbid I'm in a coma. Pull the plug because she's getting my check. That's what it comes down to.
And that's fine.
That's fine.
So she's not the girl for you, but she might be the girl for somebody else.
But what I'm saying is that we're also going back to like a age where we're talking about, well, again, my word is substance here, and social media. We look at Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. We're being inundated with so many different things when it comes down to the visual look of a woman or of what we're attracted to. So lifestyles, everything's being posted. So those are the type of things that are dictating what is expectations of the man, expectations of the woman. I look at my Instagram, I'm like, Jesus, like chicks got edges, like they're chicks got edges. I mean, like these women out there, it's like a buffet of women out there, and I'm like, wow, should I really
full of women.
settle for like one girl where there's like so many others that have potential? It could be some amazing.
Go ahead, Doug.
Wait. Okay, so there's three things here. I'm going to answer your last question. I know it's kind of hypothetical, but the answer is yes. And I'm going to change your question. You're not going to settle. You're going to find somebody who you just like.
Right.
How about that? Okay.
Find somebody who you like.
So that's first.
And
Second,
be somebody
Stephanie.
that you like.
Stephanie, we get it. We get it. Like there are definitely legal benefits to being married, right? Like yes, taxes. I don't think anybody's like, ooh, I really want to be able to pull the plug for my partner. Like that's
pulling the plug.
Bedside. No, I get it. I took it to the extreme. No, I took it to the extreme for conversation purposes. But I'm just saying that like that's not what we're thinking of. We're not thinking of I want to be in a hospital next to this person. Nobody's like, ooh, I can't wait to be like that's just not what happens. Okay?
Not in that way. It's that I want to be able to be
I'm trying to make the point that the legal part of marriage might come down to the taxes, but frankly, societally, right? We're not thinking of that when we think of marriage. For the purposes of this conversation, I would love to not go there because that's not why black women are single.
Wait, that's not what
it's
I
just
said.
not, right?
Wait, you're taking what I said and go ahead.
Sure, no, let's not go there either, but I get what you're saying.
Yes. Guys, I'm gonna stop the video. It's only 7 minutes left, but yes, sir, that's not the reason why black women are single. And you hear a lot of speculations and a lot of opinions and stuff like this. I love hearing stuff like this, man, because I like hearing other people's opinions and stuff, obviously. But of course, I'm gonna leave the link to the rest of this video towards the bottom. After this is kind of like a lot of back and forth and stuff like that, but they really don't find common ground. In my opinion, y'all, listen, the reason why black women are single today, and I've said this in whatever video I said this in, if I remember, I put the I at the top. In my opinion, I believe black women are single because of, to an extent, because of black men, us black men. Kind of what the other guy was saying, right? And the reason why I say that is because we, black men, we are supposed to be the leaders in our community, in the black community, but we don't have that many. Hell, a lot of us can't even be damn leaders. A lot of us are too screwed up mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, in and out of damn jail, in and out of prison, abusers, all this, that, and the third. All of that, a lot of that happens in our community, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I told y'all I moved out of the hood, I want to say 6 years ago now. About 6 years ago. When I finished my bachelor's, that was 2016, 2017. Yeah, about 6 years. Yeah, about 5, 6 years ago. I moved out the hood. I don't ever recall being around that many convicted felons, predators, all this, that, and the third in my life back when I was in the hood. Now that I'm in a predominantly white area, I don't believe I have that many. And I've looked online. I try to check like every 3 to 6 months. I don't have that many. I have like one that's maybe like a mile and a half down the damn road, 2 miles down the road. But back when I was living in the hood, it was every damn where. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be living by us. That's not what I'm saying. But those types of things brings down the value of communities. If you want to bring up a community, if you want to flourish around communities, if you want to do this, that, and third, we need to bring first of all, everybody needs to be at the table, number one. We need to bring everybody there, build our communities up, put the perfect person, not really perfect, nobody perfect, but put a designated person in charge. Make sure you have someone in charge of like the relationships, because I love what the Nigerian guy was saying, well, about the arranged marriages. He was like, yo, there's no chemistry in Africa. There's no such thing as damn chemistry. For the most part, they have arranged marriages. They have families that bring, okay, this is my son, this is my daughter. We ought to go together, make it work out. Love, quote unquote, is formulated down the line. So I'm not saying that I'm for, like designating marriages or assigned marriages, arranged marriages, whatever you want to call it. I'm not saying I'm for that, but hell, I'm not against it either. A lot of these, and I'm not trying to throw women on the bus because it's the same thing with men too. But a lot of men and women are horrible at picking their significant other. Y'all see what's going on throughout social media, online, all the goddamn time. Having babies by ain't sugar, honey, iced tea men. That stuff should not be happening. And if it does happen, it needs to happen on a low scale. 70% over 70% of Black kids are born into broken ass households. That needs to drop by half. That needs to drop by half. So yes, to answer the question, why are Black women single? I believe we're gonna have to take the L on this one. We are supposed to be the leaders in our community, and we are failing. A lot of Black men are not reading at grade levels. A lot of Black boys, I should say, I'm sorry. A lot of Black boys are not reading at the grade level they're supposed to be reading at. A lot of Black boys are not, they don't have as many or don't have any role models as far as a Black man in the damn household to look up to, outside of people that they watch on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, people they see on TV, and football coaches. But a football coach, he got his own family and damn kids to damn look after. He can't look after everybody. He can't do everything. We need to get our sugar, honey, iced tea together. And I don't give a damn if it's you starting a business. I say this all the time. I don't give a damn if you starting a business, you getting your CDLs, you goddamn trying to move up in your company, going back to school. I don't care what it is, but do something. Do something. Because our Black women needs us, the ones that's, trying to be with us. Our Black women need us to step up and to get them out of whatever situation that they're in. I keep telling y'all, the only way, in my opinion, the only way that we are going to be able to fix one day, to fix the Black community, is by fixing the Black families. Black man, Black woman, come together, raise Black kids together, and teach them the values of life, teach them their beliefs. Show them how to save, show them how to get education, how to be educated, teach them the ways, pass that torch to them, whatever it is. And maybe, just maybe, 50 to 100 years from now, we'll be good. We'll be good. So again, y'all, there's only about 7 minutes left, y'all. But again, like I said, man, if you want to go back and watch, if y'all want to go and watch that, I'll put that link in the description for y'all to go back and watch it. Like I said, the last 7 minutes is just like a lot of back and forth and stuff like that. Some deflection here and there, a lot of this, a lot of that. But big respect to this guy here, man. Big respect to him. He's like, bro, that's not the reason why Black women are single. You know what I mean? Obviously there's other things too, man. But I'm trying not to go try not to go too much in depth in detail because this video is already going on way too long. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, I think that's it. I want y'all to comment down below and let me know what y'all thought about this video, man. Thanks for watching. Please, if you haven't, hit that subscribe button. Oh, I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Shout out to Ashley Akunna. Shout out to the Grapevine for this. I hope that you guys become active again one day, if not sooner than later, because I love this channel. This channel was amazing. Like y'all see in the comment section here, I've been commenting under this channel for years, and I've watched several of their videos. Great topics. Great topics. Anyway, please, if you haven't, hit that subscribe button, man. Also, too, hit that bell symbol on the side so anytime I upload, notification will pop up and alert you. Also, too, make sure you hit that like, make sure you hit that share. I look forward to reading all your comments, if any. So, until next time, please, man, y'all be safe, Erica.